What's going on, you guys? Slumpy here. We're back from the Seattle Regionals, and we're here with our top 32 competitor. What is your name, and what did you play?
Anthony Massey, and I played Invoked, Bystial, Branded, Dogmatika, Shaddoll. I got a little bit of everything.
All right. So what made you decide to play this this functionality of a deck?
Well, I've been playing Alistair for a while. I was playing it with some other versions, but the Bystials, they're just too good, and it's what I needed to keep fighting, playing normal summon Alistair decks. So that was my only shot, and it wasn't too bad.
Nice. So before we get into the deck profile, do you have any shout outs you want to give out?
Just shout outs to my friends joining the Seattle Regionals and playing some games. And
we had a fun match round 7.
Yeah, played Bauer in top 7 or 7th round, and it was a close one, you know, but
Baguska to Baguska.
Alistair wasn't strong enough to beat the Mills.
For sure. Well, let's go ahead and get into the deck profile.
All right, we got the best card, Alistair, of course, 3 of those, never less. And then we got 3 of the Lubellion. This card's just great. It's a light monster for Makaba. It's, you know, fodder. I can get other things in the grave for my Bystials. It just searches Bystials. It gives me free spells and traps. It's a great card, you know. I wouldn't change that. Just 2 of the Druid Worms, 2 Magnamut, and 1 Saronir. I didn't go too crazy on all these. I have so many engines in here already. It was definitely tough to fit everything, but it worked out pretty well. I might want to play a few more. Just because of all the tier decks I played all day. Would have been nice to have a few extra. Then we got 2 Ecclesia and the Floor. I obviously don't play Maximus right now. It's you activate Maximus, your opponent's going to go +3. Some people like to just play 1 Ecclesia, 1 Floor. I think 2 is fine. It's not terrible to draw. You obviously have like 9 Alistairs that you want to normal summon, but sometimes you're just stuck with those. A lot of people don't play hand traps. I got 3 Ash. It's not bad. It's not good. I mostly play it because it's a fire, and I also play Purgatrio, and that card has won me quite a few games, surprisingly, especially against like Sprite decks. They just a bunch of small monsters. You just bait out their few negates, summon Purgatrio, and you win. Shaddoll Beast. I'm playing Branded, so dump that with the fusion. Usually just a free card. Nothing too. I used to play 1 Albaz, 2 Albaz now because Bystials and shuffled backs. I gotta have an extra one in the deck sometimes. Spells, we got the 3 Meltdown, the Terraforming, 4 more Alistairs, 2 Invocation, pretty standard for invoked stuff. The 3 Branded Fusion cards, just free pluses pretty much all day long. The Engage of the deck, Nadir Servant, you just send Garura, get free cards, get a free negate, basically. It's just ends your whole combo off with just a little bit more. Droplets, I just tossed them in. I wanted a few extra spots to side stuff out because it's so hard to side in this deck, because it's like I either take out a whole engine or I just side out the few extras I have in here. So I just wanted a few extra things to side, and it was actually pretty good most of the day. I hit plenty of kits and plenty of flunders, and just it was pretty good. 2 tactics. I like 2-ofs. You've probably seen a bunch of 2-ofs. A lot of people don't like 2-ofs. I like 2-ofs. You either have it or you don't, I guess. Tactics is great. I mean, if you resolve this, you usually win the round most of the time. Harpies, I don't know. I don't need too many cards to really kill people, so if I can just get rid of the back row problems and just, you know, the Nadirs and Ecclesia and Floors 5k and just another fusion with that is usually pretty much game. Called by. I was expecting a lot more Flunder. I hate D-Shifter, so I tossed that in. I know a lot of people aren't playing hand traps. It's also great against, you know, if you're winning dice rolls, you set that, and it's great against tier. These cards are fucking just insane. Branded Regained is so good. You get so many free cards from this card. Your opponent, like, anytime a Light or Dark's banished, you just get a free draw. It's on your turn, your opponent's turn, anytime. I've had times where I just activate it and my opponent Gamma'd me, and at the end phase, the Gamma banishes itself, and you just get a free draw. It stays on the field, then you Bystial something, you draw another card the next turn. This card is pretty good. Then 3 Imperms, you gotta have them hit those kits and Flunders, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the main deck. I think there's 43 cards.
Wow.
Side deck, I mean, I hate Flunder, so I have a lot of hate in here. We got just 2 twins. I like the 2s. We got 3 of the Evenly. We got 2 Dark Ruler, 2 Lightning Storm. I like the 2s. Then we got the 3 summon limits. This card's pretty fun. I don't really need to summon that many times. I just summon 1-2 big things, and the next turn I can still play with just Alistair into another big monster. It's not really, it doesn't hurt me too much. It's pretty good against most of the matchups, especially if I go into Kaliga and I have summon limit and Kaliga. Like, it's not very fun to play through that. Then we got this guy. A lot of life points is good, you know. Sometimes my opponents take too long, and you just gotta put this in just to make sure you don't get scumbagged. Then the extra deck, we've got the Kaliga. This thing is actually so good. Every time I summon this, I think they just looked at it and they're like, all right, I guess pass. Like, 1 effect per turn. Like, Flunder can't do anything. Tier, like, it's situational for them to get rid of it. Obviously, we got the 1 Macabre. With Branded Regained, you can shuffle back most of your, like, anything you need. You can just shuffle it back once you banish it, so it's free cards. You don't have to play more than 1, really. I've never really needed more than 1. Alguades, this guy's pretty nice. If you have Meltdown on the field, when you summon it, you get to pop something, they can't respond, so it gets rid of certain things, like elves and stuff, when they aren't expecting it. A lot of people don't know. A whole lot of invoked stuff. Purgatrio, I love this guy. He definitely wins me some games against Sprite and just any decks in general. I mean, it attacks everything, just piercing with Alistair. It goes up to 4K sometimes, and just clears those boards after you've baited out some negates, and definitely has won me a few games today. And then we got a few random targets for Nadir, just Entis and Garura. Pretty self-explanatory. Entis just pops random things. Baguskas, definitely get rid of Baguskas with this thing. Garura, just free draw. Then for the branded stuff, we've got the... this part. We got obviously Mirror Jade. That card's just pretty great. Titaniclad. I don't think I even used this once this time. It was a lot better when I was playing Maximus, but now it's just... I mean, most of the time I'd rather just have a branded fusion than another Ecclesia or something. Albion, of course. You got to at least play 1 of each of these. Alba. Some people like to play 2 Albion. I like 2 Alba. This card actually won me a game playing against a Sprite Dino. He ended with Elf, Toad, and Dolka, and I only really had 2 cards left, and it was like an Albaz, and I think it was like an Imperm or something, so it didn't really matter. But I normal summoned Albaz, and he's like, okay, and you can just contact Alba and Dolka because it's a dragon, and I just summon this, and he's like, oh, okay, yeah, and it can attack twice, so I just attack over the Elf and the Toad, and I was like, all right, that was I wasn't expecting to win with that, but that was a pretty interesting encounter I had with that card today, so I definitely would keep it in, especially if dragons start appearing more, like all the Bystials and stuff. Like, it's pretty nice to just summon an Albaz, not worry about discarding a card. You just contact fuse everything away. We just have the 1 Artemis for the when you don't really draw much besides Alistair into this and Macabre Pass. Like, most of the time you branded fusion, you dump a bunch of stuff, so it's not like super required because you obviously can't link with branded fusion. One dark. I had a few extra spots, so I don't link too often, but dark's just too good right now with Bystials running around everywhere. It's self-explanatory to play that card. Winda. It's basically just another Kaliga, but for summons, I play the one-shot beast, obviously, so I can just Lubellion, I can shuffle back the beast and Albaz and just summon a Winda, and then I can go into Kaliga and Winda, and it's pretty impressive. They don't have like Dark Rulers or Droplets. And then Wallows. I wasn't playing as many Bystials, but I definitely made it once or twice. It wasn't super impactful for me, but I just had a few extra spaces, so I just figured I'll play at least one rank 6. And yeah, that was about it.
Nice. Is there any changes you want to make into the deck?
Yeah, there's a few. I mean, change up a few things here and there. I want to kind of cut the Dogmatika stuff and wait until things disappear, all the Bystials and stuff, and then I can start playing Maximus again, because Maximus is... Nadir turns into like +4 with Maximus, but without it, it's still decent, but I kind of want to try and make some room somewhere and just cut all the random Dogmatika stuff and just make it more invoked without... it's basically just tier with invoked instead of tier monsters.
Nice, for sure. All right. Well, what event are we going to see you at next?
I'm most likely going to the 3v3 YCS Vegas.
Vegas? Oh, God,
Yeah,
yes.
So everyone's going to Vegas. We all love Vegas.
Oh, God, yes. All right. Well, thank you so much for the deck profile, and this is Slumpy Something Out. Thank you so much.